friends, adventure, and doing something new. These are some of the many things I'm drawn to. I'm going to share a unique journey with many life-changing lessons along the way. Join me for the next few minutes. And who knows, it just might be life-changing for you too. Let me take you to Asia and the Pacific, where youth engagement through the Habitat for Humanity Young Leaders Build has been around for more than 10 years. My friends and I joined a decade ago just for fun. And over that time, we've learned that an adequate home doesn't just mean putting a roof over one's head. A home is life-saving. Ever wonder what it's like to not have a lock on your door? Or worse, not even have a front door? This lack of security negatively impacts families and vulnerable communities. But Habitat homeowners can rest easy because their home comes with something they may never have had before: a front door that locks and the sense of security that comes with it. Decent housing lowers personal risks, and it also lowers exposure to the harsh elements. Asia and the Pacific get a huge share of the world's natural disasters, and many families get displaced because their homes are destroyed. In repairs and builds, Habitat uses innovative technology appropriate to the location, making houses more flexible and resilient to the elements. And a decent home significantly impacts health. Adequate houses are the first line of defense against a range of diseases. But many informal settlements find themselves in substandard and deteriorating homes, lacking in sanitation and hygiene facilities. Add to that are crowded spaces and the lack of access for those with special needs. Habitat's work in repairing and building decent and affordable housing help make all the difference in a community's overall health and hygiene. Not only that, decent, affordable shelter frees families from instability, stress, and fear. They're able to become more confident and self-reliant. With stable, secure, and sustainable houses, I've seen how families' lives have changed. They now have a place to gather and, most of all, grow. And here's what's even more amazing. Young people like myself have come together to support Habitat for Humanity's vision of a world where everyone has a decent place to live. This is Habitat Young Leaders Build. Launched in 2012, it's Asia Pacific's largest youth movement, annually bringing young people together to help families achieve the strength, stability, and self-reliance they need to build better lives for themselves. We're proud to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. Here in the Young Leaders Build, you can see how the youth are valuable assets to the community. With little money and resources, but with a lot of heart, creativity, and grit, we've been able to stretch the limits to respond to the urgent need for decent, affordable housing. We're talking young people, celebrities, schools, and corporate supporters, all coming together to volunteer, help, fundraise, and speak up in support for decent housing. We definitely gained our momentum. Imagine what more can be achieved if we have even more resources.
យើងគាំទ្រអង្គការលំនៅឋាន
But the challenges in building a safe and decent home are huge. The world has been grappling with a large deficit in quality housing for decades. Urbanization, climate change, and humanitarian crises are putting even more pressure on the need for housing. And it gets even tougher for developing regions because of system and policy failures, as well as lack of urban planning and infrastructure development. Often without access to adequate housing or even the most basic housing functions, informal settlers are burdened with a lack of representation, unequal service delivery, living in hazard-prone areas, and the continuous fear of being evicted. The pandemic and its prolonged lockdowns didn't help either. Coupled with its many challenges and economic fallouts, others could no longer afford their home. Many even lost their homes. Clearly, there is so much that needs to be done. And it's also clear that young people will continue to be crucial in advancing policies and systems to empower not just our fellow youth, but the marginalized and vulnerable towards decent housing. And we've got a plan to accomplish this through empowered participation, basic services, climate resilience, and secure tenure. With the right support and with your help, we can achieve more and even continue beyond the Young Leaders Build campaign period. No matter who you are, what age or background you may be, you can take action in your hands.
The youth of Asia are taking the lead with their hearts, their hands, and their voices to create a world where everybody has a decent place to live.
Volunteer by physically building homes. Use your social network on or offline to raise awareness and funds. Organize creative fundraising activities that help future Habitat homeowners build homes and sustainable communities. Speak out and work with other young leaders to bring attention to the housing crisis and support Habitat for Humanity's work. And donate. Every support and donation can help youth and Habitat for Humanity build lives, helping families achieve strength, stability, and self-reliance. In whatever way you can be a part of Habitat for Humanity's largest youth movement and help create a world where everyone has a decent home.